Hello everyone, my name is John Dean. I'm the Managing Director of the DoSomething Foundation here in Australia. I'm also the Australian Coordinator for the RE100 Renewable Energy Initiative. Now, to start with, apologies that we're running slightly late. We had a few technical issues, but I'm glad to say we're over those now. Now, I'd like to welcome you to Set Week Online 2020, and I'm really thrilled to be with you today to kick off what's going to be a week full of vibrant events that will be filled with impactful speakers and panelists. Now, there will also be live startup pitches, networking opportunities, and of course, the SET Awards ceremony on October the 22nd. Now, I'd really encourage you to spread the news about SET Week amongst all your networks. Now, we'd be very grateful if you could tell everyone involved in your networks that they can get a free ticket, because this year's sessions, they're not just free, they'll also feature speakers from the European Commission, the UN, FCCC, Google, Microsoft, BWA, Energy Ventures, WWF, and many other organizations. Now, if you are able to get on board and tweet or put it out on LinkedIn or any other social media, the hashtag to use is hashtag SET20, hashtag SET20. Now, later on, I'm going to be moderating keynotes from Stefan Kapferer, the CEO of 50 Hertz, and Thomas Burr. He's the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer at E.ON. But first, we'll dial into the SET Award jury meeting in Berlin, where we'll be joined by Andreas Kuhlmann. Now, Andreas, as many of you know, is the CEO of the German Energy Agency, and he will be officially opening the SET Week. Now, the jury meeting is, of course, where the big decisions are made, and the 5 SET Award winners for 2020 will be selected. So over to you, Mr. Kuhlmann.
Thank you very, very much, John. Great to have you, even if we started 1 minute late or something like this, but that always happens if you have digital events, I guess. Welcome to our digital SET Week, the first SET Week only online, where normally we would have met on a cool location or at a cool stage, cool location. This year I'm standing in a hotel, but I want to give you a glimpse of a very important part of the SET project, and that is the jury meeting. Behind me, you see all the faces of the jury members. We have more than 20 people from more than 10 different countries. And yes, we are deciding about the winners in each of those categories. I think this is actually wonderful. But it also shows you how crazy everything is. A year ago, we were hoping to have all of them in one room and really discuss everything in detail and get to know each other much better. Well, then Corona came. And even 3 weeks ago, we were hoping to have 10 people in that room and the rest only digital. But now it's all digital. The whole jury meeting is digital, but I promise you, and I'm very certain we will do the very best out of it. So the SET team is here, and the jury is online, and I will meet Angela in that jury meeting right after her words in a few minutes. Well, what can I tell you about the SET program? As you know, the SET program, the whole network, started about 4 years ago, and I think it has helped to build a very special community, a global community, because we were trying from the beginning to really work on a global network for innovation regarding to energy transition and climate change. Over 1,300 startups applied for these awards so far. We had more than 2,000 people visiting our conferences and more than 3,000 people visiting our celebration when we had the finalists on the Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue events normally. Well, this year it'll be all different, but we have many people registered for this SET Week online, and I think the program is very exciting. We have many solutions, many ideas in our network, and many of them proved to be very successful, actually, I must say. If you really would go through all the list of all these startups, you could see that many of them really gained a lot from participating at that event, at this SET Award, and also from the whole network we have, which is like from all over the world, especially since the World Energy Council joined us in this SET project. This year, again, has certainly proven that we must act now. It's a special year where we are talking about this COVID crisis, and we also know that COVID crisis is not the only crisis we're facing. It's climate change as well, and we have green recoveries in so many different countries. We know that innovation must be part of this recovery story, and we also know, and we got to learn in this year, that technologies alone will not help. But without technologies, it's all nothing. We're trying to focus within this set award also on the SDGs a little bit. We have this special award, the fifth award we do have. And I think this year shows more than other years that if we really want to tackle climate change, we also have to bear in mind that there might be other problems around. There's poverty, there's hunger, and there's health and crises like the COVID crisis. So I think we do have that in our minds, and that is the background, and we are really focusing on all those who are participating with their ideas to that project. Right now, for example, this is very exciting for me, we have over 600 innovators, industry leaders, scientists, and researchers joining us from Wenzhou, China, from the University Startup World Cup and the World Young Scientist Summit, and other great supporting startups and innovators event. A big hello from Berlin to China. So good to have you on board for this conference. I want to thank all of you for being here with us today. I want to thank the speakers, the sponsors, of course, our partners, the jury members, the finalists, the startups, from even those they didn't make it into the finalists. Please have a look at our Set 100 list, which is very special, I must say, as well. And I especially want to say thank you to Angela Wilkinson and her team at the World Energy Council. It's wonderful. It's really great to work with somebody like you together on that project, because I think we all share this intrinsic motivation of really changing something. Thank you also to the German Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Energy. They are supporting us as well. It's very good so. And let me just give you a quote from our minister recently. He said, "I trust in the genius of our engineers." He's talking to you. His trust is regarding to your ideas and potentials, and we are helping him to really have a good look at this. We will soon throw ourselves into the set jury meeting, and I am looking forward to getting to know those finalists even a bit better. But before we get to do this, I want to pass on the stage to my very special colleague, Dr. Angela Wilkinson, CEO and Secretary General of the World Energy Council, a leader in the energy transition realm, and our main cooperation partner, who together with our team at DeNa made set the amazing platform it is. And I must say, she's a beautiful mind. She really is. So Angela, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Andreas. It's good to see you, even though we can't physically be in the same room. As you said, this year marks the 5th anniversary of our dynamic cooperation on the Startup Energy Transition Awards. And together we've enabled thousands of startup energy companies to get profile, to get attention, to learn with and from each other. Now, the World Energy Council has been working on energy systems innovation for nearly a century. Our enduring mission is pragmatic: how to build better energy systems. In 1923, we started up, right? As a startup. We were in an era of energy for peace, just after the global flu pandemic and just before the Great Depression. Sounds a little bit familiar to many people who are starting up today. But we're living proof that reinvention does not have an age limit. 97 years, still growing strong. The impacts of the COVID crisis on energy have been severe and uneven, and recovery will not be easy, but transformational outcomes are being actioned. There's a new level of ambition and cooperation, which is evident from the real-time signals that we're collecting from across the world using our World Energy Transition Radar. Innovation and collaboration are key to recovery from this crisis and for maintaining the momentum of worldwide energy transitions. The challenge we all face now is a connect the dots, a join the dots challenge, how to secure more energy for billions more people and climate neutrality in this new context of affordability and social justice. So innovators, step forward. The world has entered a new era of transition, of energy for humanity. Now, the events of this week celebrate the growing role of entrepreneurship in energy. Startup energy transition entrepreneurs are an important part of the broader energy innovation ecosystem. There is, of course, a big difference between innovation and progress. That's why we call for urgent action to humanize energy and to push for demand-driven solutions. I'm delighted to say that over the last 5 years, the quality and reach of the Startup Energy Transition Award initiative has been growing year by year. Since we began, applications have increased by over 40%. Entries now come from over 87 countries, with increasing applications from beyond Europe, from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean region. And the quality of the applications has also increased. There's greater diversity in the applications by category, and in particular, a big growth in the number of startups applying in the digital energy systems category. It's a great honour to look at startup energy transition businesses and to make this award. I look forward to congratulating the winner, who will be announced at the end of this week. But let's remember, the whole world is the real winner of this initiative. Thank you very much. John, I think it's back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Angela. So Andreas and Angela, thank you very much for that behind the scenes look at the jury meeting. And that jury meeting, of course, will ultimately decide the 5 winning startups of this year's SET Award. And we're very much looking forward to seeing the 2020 winners that will be announced during the live award ceremony on October the 22nd. So please make sure to join us here from 15:30 to 1700 Central Eastern Time on Thursday to hear those big announcements. Now, I suppose you'll both have a lot of work ahead of you at the jury meeting, so we'll let you get to that. Thanks for joining us, and best of luck with that.